and welcome to EWTA. This is our first update, and in this lecture we will do a live analysis of Apple Incorporations. The stock symbol is AAPL from Nasdaq, which is an American stock exchange. In this analysis, we are here to find answer of three most important questions, which are when to buy, how long to hold, and when to sell. To answer these questions, I will walk you through a step-by-step approach towards how to trade the stocks. So let's get started. This is the Apple Incorporation stock, and the first step is to analyze the stock on long-term basis. So we'll set the chart on monthly time frame. Now just see, the stock is continuously rising up from 2007, hence in uptrend. In the second step, we will plot the support and resistance trend line, that is the lower trend line and the upper trend line, and try to find out the range of this stock. We'll take the lower trend line. This is the lower trend line. Now we will plot the upper trend line. Now just see, the stock is making a diverging structure. In the third step, we will use the moving averages and find out the trade initiation zone, that is the moving average on which every swing of the trend takes supports every time of retracement. For this, we will choose the moving average. We will choose a 50 EMA. Take the input here. This is a 50 EMA. Then 100 EMA, that is of red color, and 200 EMA, that is of green color. Now see, the stock is taking support on this 50 EMA every time when it retracing, and here the stock is taking support on this 50 EMA. So we get the entry point here. This is the first entry point, and this is the second entry point. This is the third entry point on the long term basis. So we will remove this 100 and 200 EMA. Now in the fourth step, we will use other indicators like RSI and MACD. We will use RSI and see what it is saying. Now just see, this is the last swing of the trend, and we get an entry signal here when the prices touches this 50 EMA. Also we get a buying signal from RSI when this price line crosses this 50 line of RSI. We get a buy signal here. This is the same level at which we get a signal of buying the stock. But the stock has already risen a lot, and if we see the range of this stock, the stock is moving near this resistance line. So upside is limited, and those who already bought this stock and have the stock in their portfolio can stay locked in this stock. Now in next step, we will find out any divergence is seen in this chart. Now you can see the prices are continuously moving up in upside. They are increasing, but RSI is giving a negative divergence here. This signals that a downside is imminent here. So upside is limited and a downside is imminent here. So if you are planning to buy this stock, you should wait for some time for the retracement when prices will touch this 50 EMA or this lower trend line. Sixth step is to analyze the chart on daily basis. So we'll set the chart on daily time frame. Now this is the daily chart. We will set the chart here and apply all the tools and indicators again. Now this is the 50 EMA. We can have a one more EMA of input 100 day. This is the 100-day moving average. Just delete this 50 day. On daily time frame, the stock is retracing up to this 100-day moving average. So this is the support line for this stock. Also, if we set the RSI, this is the potential entry point of this last swing. So we get the signal of buying here when this stock touches this 100-day moving average, and at this point we get a buying signal on RSI also when this line crosses above this 50 line. So this was the buying signal. At this stage the stock is in between positions, so we will not make any fresh entry in this stock. Now we will apply other moving averages, that is 3, 7 and 14-day moving average. Now we will analyze this last swing. Now see, when we get the signal of buying here, this is a signal of buying at this point. This is the RSI signal and all these three moving average. This red line is the 3 EMA and this green line is the 7 EMA and this pink line is the 14 EMA. So you can see the red and green line just crosses above this pink line, then we get a buying signal here. As long as this red and green line is above this pink line, we will stay locked in this stock. At this point now, just watch, this red line is crossing down this green line, but they are above this pink line. So if you are an aggressive trader, you can make fresh entry here when this red line will cross above this green line. Now I would like to conclude the position of this stock. In first situation, it can happen that this red line will also cross this pink line, and after that this green line will also cross this pink line. In that case, we will not make any fresh entry in this stock. In second situation, it can happen that this red line will cross above this green line and they both are above this pink line. So if you are an aggressive trader, you can make a fresh entry in this stock. But as I told earlier, I will not suggest you to trade the stock at this point to make any new position, because RSI is giving us a negative divergence here. The stock is rising, the prices are increasing, but RSI is giving a negative divergence. So you should not make any fresh entry here. You can enter the stock only when it retraces up to this 100 EMA. That will be your new entry point.
So guys, let me do a conclusion for you. The first step is to get on a longer time period, such as months or weeks. In this case, we are on months. The second thing you want to do is plot the trend lines so that you can see how the stock is performing. You can just see the stock is in uptrend, as well as there is a divergence signal, which is a divergence structure going on. You can just see on this area the stock is too much limited, whereas these are going wider and wider. This is just diversifying itself, so the stock is having a divergence structure right out here. The third step is to apply moving averages to get dynamic support and resistance. So we have got the static support and resistance by plotting the trend lines, but we want the dynamic support and resistance as well. So we plot all the moving averages whichever suits this stock. So in this case 50, 100 and 200, and you can clearly see that 50-day moving average, which is 50-month exponential moving average, is acting as a dynamic support to this stock right out here. Step 4 is to add other indicators whichever you feel will work. Now this is an uptrend, so I would like to use the RSI, and in RSI you can just see, if you just see right here, stock is rising, but RSI is giving a negative divergence signal here, which means that the stock might fall. Step 5 is move to a smaller time frame. Right now I am on a daily basis time frame, 1 day time frame. Step 6 is again use all the EMAs to find the dynamic support and resistance. In this case, EMA 100 is acting as the dynamic support here. Now the last step which comes into the play is to apply all the other indicators and moving averages that can work. In this case, we have just used the EMAs which were suitable, which are 3, 7 and 14. You have already studied this, which is the moving average and which are the moving averages you need to use in which time frame. So if you are not able to judge this, go back and study the moving average concept, the module again, so you will just know which moving average is to be used in which case. In this case, we need to use 3, 7 and 14 moving average on the daily basis, and you can clearly see that the fastest moving average which we have right here is the red one, which is the 3-day moving average, has already crossed the green one, which is the middle one, which is the 7-day moving average. So it has already crossed the green one, and if tomorrow on 21st August 2017, if this red moving average also crosses down this pink one, which is the slowest one which we have, the 14-day moving average, if this red moving average crosses down the pink one as well, and the green one also crosses down the pink one as well, and the last thing, RSI is below down 50 level, that position, at that time you should exit from the long position which you may hold. If you have any positions made in the stock earlier, just exit that at that time. If both of these moving averages are down, the slowest one as well as the RSI is at 50, is down 50. Another thing that can go tomorrow is if this slowest moving average, which is currently down the 7-day moving average, so if this red line, which is already down the green line, comes above, again it comes above the green line, okay, so the figure will be, this red line will be on the top, then below that the green line will be there, and then the pink line will be at the least. So the fastest moving average should be above other two moving averages. If this happens, you can just stay logged with this stock, as this is a really good stock, and you have seen that the stock is rising up from 2010, so it is gonna be profitable for you. You can just stay logged in, but in any situation, make sure you use trailing stop loss. Now this was the live update for 21st August 2017, and this has been shot on 20th August 2017. If you are active in this course, you would have watched this video, you could have saved yourself if you are in this stock. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video, good luck.